Artificial Intelligence Dr. www.abcpharma.net/English. User question. How can cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, control dopamine release when highly palatable foods can trigger dopamine release similar to drugs of abuse? Claude AI answer. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, doesn't directly control dopamine release in the same way that pharmacological interventions might. Instead, CBT works by modifying thoughts, behaviors, and emotional responses, which can indirectly influence dopamine release and the brain's reward system. Here's how CBT can help in the context of food addiction and dopamine release. 1. Cognitive restructuring. CBT helps identify and challenge distorted thoughts about food and eating. By changing these thought patterns, the perceived reward value of highly palatable foods may decrease. 2. Behavioral modification. CBT teaches strategies to avoid or manage trigger situations. This can reduce exposure to cues that stimulate dopamine release. 3. Stress management. CBT provides techniques for managing stress, which can reduce stress-induced cravings. Lower stress levels may help regulate dopamine release. 4. Impulse control training. CBT helps develop skills to resist impulses and delay gratification. This can interrupt the cycle of craving and reward. 5. Alternative reward strategies. CBT encourages finding non-food sources of pleasure and reward. This can help retrain the brain to seek dopamine release from healthier activities. 6. Mindfulness and awareness. CBT often incorporates mindfulness techniques. Increased awareness can help individuals recognize and manage cravings before they lead to overeating. 7. Habit reversal. CBT can help replace unhealthy eating habits with more positive behaviors. Over time, this can lead to changes in neural pathways and reward associations. 8. Emotional regulation. By improving emotional coping skills, CBT can reduce emotional eating. This may decrease reliance on food for mood regulation and dopamine release. 9. Extinction learning. Repeated exposure to food cues without giving in to cravings can lead to extinction of the conditioned response. This process can help reduce the dopamine response to food cues over time. 10. Enhancing self-efficacy. As individuals successfully manage their eating behaviors, their sense of self-efficacy increases. This can lead to changes in brain chemistry, potentially including more regulated dopamine release. While CBT cannot directly control dopamine release, it can significantly influence the behavioral and cognitive processes that drive food addiction. Over time, these changes can lead to neuroplastic adaptations in the brain's reward system, potentially normalizing dopamine function. It's important to note that for individuals with severe food addiction or comorbid conditions like bipolar disorder, CBT may be most effective when combined with other treatments, such as medication or nutritional counseling. The goal is to create a comprehensive approach that addresses both the psychological and physiological aspects of food addiction and dopamine dysregulation.